Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is. Yeah, man. But this whole shit, I just wanted to get into this whole shit with Diddy, and I'm not gonna get on here and bash him because at the end of the day, man, as long as dude ain't, for child molestation or dealing with minors. See, here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people on the internet right now talking about and they're mentioning minors, which is kind of funny, seeing that the dudes that are accusing him was supposedly privy to the whole situation as far as being right there when he allegedly put shit in their drink, which is funny because if you're right there and you saw a grown man putting drugs in a minor's drink, I mean, as somebody that has any shred of morality would have bust his mouth open regardless of how much money he has. See, I think that's the whole thing. These dudes are putting a lot of stuff out here on the internet just to get a paycheck. Now, like I said, the whole thing with Diddy, I don't expect many views on it because people are probably going to assume I'm getting on here and talking mess about him. People like to bring up the whole Tupac situation, but at the end of the day, Tupac knew exactly what he was getting into when he was dissing Bad Boys. He knew exactly what he was getting into when he was willing to go at it with East Coast. Well, the East Coast, he already knew what he was getting into when he got involved in Death Row. His whole thing, get me out of jail and I'm going to do this for you. And he did it, and it cost him his life at the end of the day, but you cannot do certain things and expect that certain things are not going to be visited upon you. It was a sad situation because as a Pac fan, you never really want to see an icon die. But at the same time, Puffy, within his own right, is an icon. Even just his situation on how he started and he grinded from one point to the next and got to a level that most of us will never achieve. And it ain't even to get on here and just talk about his accolades, just to point out the simple fact that a lot of the shit that's in the media can't be trusted. Now, people are like, oh, well, Diddy's parties. At the end of the day, if you're not gay or and insecure or extremely sensitive to things such as that nature, it just really ain't your fucking business, to be honest. Whatever Diddy likes to do is what Diddy likes to do. If Diddy like to smash dudes, that's his problem, dude. Whatever freak a motherfucker has nothing to do with the masses. The only time it should is when you got female tendencies and you feel some type of way about somebody that has nothing to do with your life. It's as simple as that. I mean, I deal with it myself. A lot of cats that like to run their mouth about me. But at the end of the day, it's like you feel some type of way because in somewhere or some sort, I didn't hurt your feelings just by being who I am. A lot of cats don't like dudes that are solid. You've tried to expose me and it didn't work. I'm still here and I'm still doing what I do. Now, I'm not on social media as much as far as YouTube because for one, YouTube is not paying really anything. And I'm just busy. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my money. I'm trying to do my shit with my family and try to be a lot more respectable. But at the same times, it's kind of hard not to see situations and want to speak on 'em. The whole shit with Sad and Big Sad and all this other shit. I choose not to speak on it because it's irrelevant. Gangbanging is dead, regardless of what anybody want to think about it. It's a real revolution coming. They're gonna start burning you dudes down just off the simple fact that they consider you a blight and a problem. That's why all these situations that are happening are constantly pushing to reinstate certain laws in order to put your ass right back in jail. And people have not been able to get it through their fucking head that they're gonna wash you. You can only do so much before they wash you. I've been through it. They built a gang of shit and they didn't get what they want, but they got a chance to get me off the street. And just removing me for the time that they did changed a lot of shit. A lot of shit that was taking place is no longer taking place just to that fact because they got me out of the way. Now, with the whole Diddy thing, the only reason I really speak on it is because when you think of his accolades and things that he's done, I'm not saying that he's like a good person because none of us are really good person. That I don't think there's really anybody in this world outside of a child, like a baby, that is a real good person. We all do shit that could be looked down upon. We all act a certain way. We all conduct ourselves a certain way and not necessarily aligned to anybody else's way of thinking, but that's just life. We were created in order to live our life, and then when our life burns out, somebody else's life begin, and it's an ongoing cycle. But like I said, the whole fact that people were supposedly privy to his operation and refused, just like he said, oh, his bodyguard. Dude, if you had any sense of nuts, you would have just got off on this dude. Like, if I'm working for somebody and dude is doing something of that nature, dude, I'm gonna get you. Even if I can't get you right there, uh, because the power that you hold, as far as a situation with maybe you had to too many people for you to have to physically deal with that one, I would have just caught you, set you up, and got you got, because anything that has to do with a child. But if I see you personally slipping something in a child's, I don't care how much power you got, I'm socking you in the mouth, and I'm gonna try to do my best to hurt you, because that's just a code of conduct that we live by. Now, like I said, other people have gotten me like, yeah, speak on Diddy. They expect me to get on here and bash him because somehow that gains you the views that you need. But I'm not gonna bash him because I don't know this dude's life, and I'm not too particularly interested in his ongoings as far as whether he was smashing on dudes or having his little freak parties. I remember seeing something where he was in a freaking bathtub with some chicks, and there was dudes that were famous that were walking in the bathroom and everything, but whatever he chooses to do, he chooses to do. It's within his right. Outside of dealing with minors, it's his right to party how he want. If dude want to be gobbling or serving sausage to dudes that are just receptacle to, you know what I mean, that are willing to allow it, then that's his life. That's all I'm gonna really say on that, man. Like, I don't want to touch too much on the subject. It's just I'm more at the fools that supposedly know that this shit was going on and refuse to do anything about it, but now they're speaking up on it. Now, as far as his abuse towards women, that shit can be tolerated, but everybody, karma eats you the way it will eat you, and eventually it will get you. Now, the whole sex trafficking, you got dudes on camera talking about he was doing this, he was doing that, little young fool acting like he thug, but just telling all the business. He's a lame. You got the other dude. It's a lot of lame shit going on, but that's just the way social media is now. You got a lot of cats that ain't really about nothing. They proclaim to be something, but they really ain't about nothing, and their whole thing is to tell the tea. I could have got on here and made so many videos about certain people and got my views up, but it's just, that shit is just boring. Like, talking about some fucking washed up gangbanger that still want to be doing reckless shit in order to try to garnish attention. And it's like, I don't get it, dude. Like, that's another thing. These dudes make it. They get out of the situation that they in as far as like the whole gang thing, and they want to continue to perpetuate that shit. And it's like, dude, you ain't doing nothing. It's not gonna lead the next people down your rabbit hole. You're just gonna get yourself smoked. It's just what it is. Like, if you get in a good situation, you making good money, you starting to mingle with other people outside of the circle that you're usually deal with, the ones that just really wasn't no good for you in the first place, you winning. But to digress and, you know what I mean, to go back to what wasn't working for you before is bullshit. But anyways, man, I'm gonna continue doing what I do. Uh and I'm gonna go ahead and shut this shit down. But hopefully everybody enjoy your day. I do got videos with G Malone. I'm trying to get Mitchy Slick and a few other cats right now before I start dropping these interviews on my other channel. But I don't know. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm out.